On today's show, on today's Talk Culotta, we have Kyle Keller, a right-handed pitcher and a legend among New Orleans baseball athletes. We're going to talk about Kyle's baseball journey. We're going to make some picks for NFL Week 15. We have Monday Night Football tonight. We got a lot of things happening in the sports world. And we're going to get started here in 3, 2, 1. This is Talk Culotta presented by Boot Crew Media. Talk Culotta presented by Coded Collection. Go to codedcollection.com to get your official 504 area code merch. Coded Collection merchandise and swag is so fresh. You'll feel like the Prince of Bel-Air or the Princess of Bel-Air. There are just so many choices for men, women, and children at the Black and Gold Sports Shop on 2106 Veterans Boulevard. You got to do it. You got to go to Coded Collection. You got to support your city. You got to support your team. You got to support your area code. And you got to rep the city of New Orleans. 504 area code merchandise. CodedCollection.com. And use the code Culotta10 for 10% off your purchase. Online, you can only use it once. Again, CodedCollection.com, the official merchandise of Talk Culotta and of Boot Crew Media. We are here live at the Boot Crew Media studio on Magazine Street with Kyle Keller. Kyle, how you doing, my friend?
I am doing great, Jack. It's a pleasure to be here, man. Thanks for having me.
Yes, indeed. So walk me through this decision. Obviously, it was just announced that Kyle is going to be taking his baseball talents to Japan. Tell me just first and foremost about the team and that decision.
Well, over the weekend, I signed with the Hanshin Tigers, which is a team in Japan, a member of the Nippon Professional Baseball League, which is might not be too familiar with for a lot of people. But as far as, my decision, it's kind of been in my thoughts for a couple of years. But I was, playing. I was bouncing around the league a little bit, played with the Marlins, the Angels, and the Pirates. And just this offseason, I became a free agent. So it kind of freed me up to do – kind of for the first time in my professional career, kind of to make my own decision as to where I want to go. And the opportunity presented itself to go over to Japan. And I just, like I said, I've been thinking about it for a couple of years, just really kind of, I don't know, it just seems like a great experience, man. And I just jumped at the opportunity and signed a contract. So here I am.
And take me through, if you can, your baseball journey, right? I mean, even starting from like the playground days in New Orleans and just kind of jump through, obviously, from, a New Orleans native's perspective and with you having such ties to Louisiana, not just on the native New Orleans realm, not just from the high school realm, but also from the college realm. So take me through literally from playground ball all the way through and remind me of the teams that you've played for in the MLB, if you could.
Just you asking that question puts a smile on my face, man. I grew up playing at Lakeview Playground when I was 6 years old, man, playing coach pitch. Just remember my dad coach pitching to me for a couple of years. And then ended up starting we played for this travel team called the Jefferson Jays. And that's basically it was a group of guys that's still a group of my best friends today. It was Bubby Riley, Brady Williamson, Adam Loff. I mean, these guys, we grew up playing together and we're still hanging out, every day today. So play for the Jefferson Jays.
The Goon Squad.
The Goon Squad. That's it, man. You know it. And so we played for the Jefferson Jays, and then unfortunately Katrina hit. So then I had to move to Alabama, and I played a year of 7th grade baseball over there. And then I come back to live in Metairie, and I ended up playing at Little Farm. So I went from Nord to JPRD, went to Little Farms, played there for a couple years, and then eventually got into Jesuit, played at Jesuit. Lucky enough to win a state championship there my senior year with, ironically enough, a bunch of the same group of guys that we played for the Jefferson Jays with. And then kind of late, I kind of never really – it was kind of a late commitment to Southeastern. I was kind of trying to figure out what I wanted to do for college. I had a couple options on the table, maybe go the JUCO route or just trying to figure out. And I ended up the summer before my after my senior year, I committed to Southeastern and had a great 4 years there. Lucky enough to win a conference championship there, and then I got drafted to the Marlins. Played there for 5 years. Met some great guys there. That was really all I ever knew in professional baseball. And then all of a sudden, one season after I made my debut, or that off season after I made my debut, I got traded to the Angels. So that was kind of a shock as far as going from the Miami Marlins with not too many big names, kind of more like a blue collar team. And now I'm in the locker room with Mike Trout, Shohei Ohtani. It's like, man, this is, it's a dream come true. Just, being in the same place as these people, learning from them, watching them go about their business. And then played there for a year. That was the COVID year. So that was kind of a funky year. Mm-hmm. 60 games. Just I had really high hopes for us that season, but we could just never put it together. And that short season never really get the wheels back on. And then, of course, after that, I get traded to the Pirates again. So Pirates gave me a chance. That was my biggest, look in the big leagues. I was up there for a long time this year.
Which I love, by the way, because I grew up being a Roberto Clemente guy. Man. I still have his jersey. I almost wore it today. I'm sorry.
Everybody loves Roberto Clemente in Pittsburgh, man. He is an absolute legend. I actually got a chance to go to the Roberto Clemente Museum, and that place is just phenomenal just to see it. I would recommend it to anybody who's in Pittsburgh just to visit the Clemente Museum. It's unbelievable, an unbelievable human, and it was just a great experience.
Yeah, a baseball icon. So tell me about your experience in Pittsburgh.
Pittsburgh was great, man. I got traded to the Pirates. I didn't really know. I'd never been to Pittsburgh. I didn't know what to think about it. I guess I had just gotten this impression of Pittsburgh, like it was this this gloomy city, kind of real blue collar, I don't know. But I ended up really enjoying it, man. It was a great city. They love their sports over there. They're big Steelers fans. They I've told a few people this. It's the only city that I've seen that's kind of even compares to the support they give to their NFL team the way that we support the Saints here. It's like they're all about the Saints. They are just bought in on the Steelers year round. So I love Pittsburgh, man. Yeah. Like I said, I didn't know what to think about it going in, but it was a great city, a great summer. Like I said, I was in the big leagues for longer than I ever have, and it was a great experience all in all.
How long were you there? I'm sorry.
I was there a couple weeks in the beginning of the season, and then I got called back down to AAA, and then promoted again, and then I never left. So it was for the remaining 2.5, 3 months of the season. So I was probably up there in total a little bit more than half the year. Okay.
And you said obviously Mike Trout and Ohtani when you were on the Angels. Who were some kind of standout guys or guys you became friends with as far as teammates go on the Pirates? And then also I'm just curious because you brought up the Steelers, and that's obviously a staple. Mike Tomlin, Ben Roethlisberger, some of their historic years and Super Bowl runs. I'm curious, do professional baseball players and football players hang out? Do they, or if it was on the Angels, whenever you were traveling around these different places for these different teams, where you were able to bond with the baseball team and your teammates, but were you able to meet any of those guys?
Actually, no. I've never even really thought about that. That's funny you ask. I would have loved to, hang out with those guys, but I guess just since our seasons are so different, calendar years wise, when we're leaving, they're coming in and just starting. So, no, I never got to hang out with the Steelers, but I would have loved to cut it up with, Najee Harris or somebody like that.
Right. Yeah, exactly. That's kind of what I was getting at. So, and you mentioned Ohtani obviously doing unbelievable things. And one of the most unique players in baseball. I mean, just when was the last time you heard a guy who can pitch and hit,
It's incredible.
like he can? And obviously with his Japanese background, whether it was him, whether it was a multitude of players, whether it was mentors or coaches or family or just your decision, was there any influence or was there any conversation that sparked, oh, maybe I should look into playing in Japan?
I did have a lot of conversations with Shohei's translator, Ipe.
Yep.
And I just like to talk to him just to hear about. I've always in my baseball days, I've always liked to kind of talk to the foreigner guys. There's a lot. I've had a lot of Latin American teammates in my day, and just to kind of feel them out and just kind of see where they're coming from. They're from a different side of the world, and
Right.
It's like you don't meet these guys every day. If you're just sitting in New Orleans, So I mean, I would always kind of pick their brains and just see what they were up to in the off season and like like what's going on in Venezuela in the off season, man. Just stuff like that. So I actually had a good amount of conversations with Ipe about just Japanese baseball because that was kind of around the time where I knew it could be maybe a possibility, but I just didn't really see any avenue for it to actually happen. So and he always talked great about it, man. He's just they were so wildly passionate about it, and like just he would tell me how big baseball is over there and how these fans they pack the stadiums out and there's like a buzz for the whole 9 innings. Like it's almost like more like a football game than a baseball game over here, where baseball games over here, they're kind of lull you to sleep early and then
Right.
maybe it might get exciting late. But he says, man, it's like wild from inning 1 to inning 9. And that was kind of when I first really started considering it. And then, like I said,
they get fucking wild at baseball games.
It's wild, man. It's wild.
That's awesome.
I've seen a few videos. I haven't seen anything in person, obviously, but I've seen a few videos where they're just the cheers. I mean, it's unbelievable, man.
That's awesome. Well, I want to jump back. Well, not so far back in time, but back to your high school career. And I want to play a clip for you of somebody that I spoke with earlier today. And this is Coach Joey Latino. Professional baseball player, come back to his hometown and catch up with his old high school baseball coach. Just talk about him and that experience of going back to the basics, back to the fundamentals, especially before Kyle takes this new chapter and his new baseball journey to Japan.
Sure. Yeah. Again, Kyle, I do get emotional talking about the young man.
Man, I
How
love
special
that
is
guy.
that?
I love that guy, man. And I mean it when I say this. I really would not be where I am today without him. Like he said, I came to him, this lanky guy, probably every bit of 160 pounds. And when I left Jesuit, he did so much for me as far as my career on the mound, man. We would work tirelessly every day, like you said, on different grips, different mechanical stuff. I mean, he had me doing stuff that I'd never done before, and I mean, I wouldn't be where I am today without him. And I appreciate that guy so much. And like you said, we've still stayed in touch to this day. And I need to call him again because I've since forgotten how to throw my slider. So I need I need him to literally put the ball in my hand like I'm a 17-year-old kid again and say, Coach, I need you to teach me how to throw this pitch again. So man, that is special. I appreciate you doing that. And I can't wait to reach out to him soon after this, man.
Yeah. So walk me through, I know you're being humble when you say you can't throw your slider, but walk me through that conversation of just kind of knowing that you need to go back to the basics, that you need to go back to the fundamentals of reaching out to your high school coach. And what was that conversation like? And what was that thought process like from even a non-baseball fan's perspective of my slider's not what it's supposed to be?
Well, what happened was I threw my slider. When we first started throwing it, I say we because I mean he literally made the pitch for me. He called it a cutter, and it kind of turned more into a slider. It was just kind of like a harder slider, and for one reason or another, just how my career turned out, I ended up abandoning that pitch for a little bit, and I just kind of started throwing a fastball and a curveball. So, and that's been going on for the past probably three years. I haven't thrown it. So, this year, at the end of the year, I was just kind of messing around with it, trying to get it back, trying that pitch, or just see if I could spark the flame that it used to be. Just like try to find it again, and I couldn't do it. No matter if I don't know if it was a grip problem, the way I was throwing it problem, I just couldn't do it. And I said, all right, well, I gotta go back to where it all started, like you said. And so I just recently started throwing, and now I have to relearn the pitch. I have to basically, like I said, I want him to show me the ball like he did when I was 17, 11 years ago, and say, all right, this is where we're starting from square one. We're starting from the ground, and we're going to relearn how to throw this pitch, because I don't know if the saying is true, but I think if you don't use it, you lose it. So I think I just stopped throwing it for a while, and then here I am now trying to refigure out how to do it, and I just really struggle with it. And I figured I had to come back to where it all started.
That's awesome. That's awesome. And the phrase is often used, painting the corners, when it comes to pitching. And so we're going to pause 30 seconds for a word from Helm Paint. Use the code LOTTAHELM10 for 10% off your entire order at Helm Paint and Decorating, locations in New Orleans, Metairie, Mandeville, Hammond, Gretna, and more. All right, so we're here with Kyle Keller back on the Talk Culotta show, and let's hear just a little bit about your high school baseball journey at Jesuit and then to Southeastern. So what was kind of the moment? Obviously, we just heard from Coach Latino, 2011 state championship. You were a part of that team. What was kind of the moment where you knew you could play college and professional baseball? Was it a particular year? Was it after you hit your growth spurt? What was that moment? And then just take me through the time from winning the state championship and then going to play at Southeastern.
Funny enough, I think the moment when I realized I could kind of, advance my career in the whole baseball thing is when I actually finally gave up hitting. So I got cut from the varsity team when I was a sophomore, and played on the JV team, and I was still hitting, playing right field and kind of like coming in and closing a little bit. But I mean, I wasn't a very good hitter. There's no way around hiding that.
Bro, you and every other pitcher in the world besides Shohei Ohtani.
Hey, I got a couple at bats in AAA this year, a couple strikeouts. But so yeah, I think, man, I just coming into my junior year, I was like, I think I'm just gonna stop this whole hitting thing. I'm gonna stop trying to hit, and I'm just gonna try to focus on pitching. I always had a pretty good arm, but like you heard Coach Tino said earlier, I was just kind of this lanky pitcher who had a good arm, could throw hard, but really never could put it all together and figure it out as far as throwing strikes and filling up the zone. So I think giving up hitting and kind of taking pitching on with a full head of steam kind of really freed me up to, really improve, really focus all my time on that and advance my career.
Awesome. And then talk about being, being at the university, or Southeastern University, excuse me.
Man, I love that place, man. I committed there, like I said earlier, a little late, and I ended up really not pitching much my freshman and sophomore year, and that was just, I think, kind of more I was still figuring myself out and still maturing and still getting stronger. It took me a couple years of getting to a college weight program to actually put on some pounds and actually, mature into kind of the pitcher that I wanted to be, and then find B, 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 and then
So back to Southeastern.
Yeah, I love Southeastern, man. It was kind of far enough away from home, Hammond, to where, you could get away, but close enough to where you could get right back. whenever you wanted, about 45 minutes down the road. And I got the chance to work with pitching coach there, Daniel Latham, who's now at Tulane. And he kind of picked up right where Joe Latino left off as far as just helping me out and maturing me as a pitcher and maturing my whole approach to pitching, really. And I was lucky enough to pitch there for 4 years, graduated, and lucky enough to get drafted after my senior year. So I didn't even really think that was a possibility until kind of happened. I mean, I thought it was a possibility, but just still the process of hearing my name come through in the MLB draft, it was just pretty surreal, and it was special.
And taking away the baseball conversation, when you make a move like this, obviously to take your professional baseball career to a completely different country, one that you're not maybe so much familiar with, a language barrier, those types of things. Just talk about that aspect. And then also when you make decisions like that, how important is family?
Man, it's going to be, I really, like you said, I have no idea what I'm getting myself into. This is going to a whole new world. I'm going to be moving to Japan, Kobe, Osaka, Japan. And it is, family is the most important thing to me. I think having my family along for this whole journey, my parents, my grandparents, they come and see me play all over the country, been doing it throughout the minor leagues, the major leagues, and even back in college. I mean, they're making every trip they can. And, even from them hearing this news, they're like, well, how are we going to watch you play? I'm like, well, there's a 15-hour time difference. So if you're going to watch me play, it's going to be in the middle of the night. So, it's just they're going to have to figure that part out. But family really is the most important thing. And I just hope they can all kind of make it over there, possibly. I know it's a long trip. I think the flight from Los Angeles is like 12, 15 hours or something like that. So, they're going to have to spend a whole lot of time there. It's not going to just be a quick trip, but I'm hoping that they can still follow my baseball career just as much as they've been when I was in the States. So.
And what about the language barrier aspect? Talk to me about that. Are you going to hire a translator? Or are you going to?
The team provides a translator, for me, but that's just going to be at baseball stuff. So as far as like everyday activities before I go to the field, I'm just going to guess I'll be winging it. I guess nowadays it's easier. You got this computer on your phone and you can just kind of translate anything, but something as simple as, going somewhere and getting something to eat is going to be a whole lot more difficult nowadays, or going to the grocery store. So it's all going to be definitely a learning process, but I'm excited. I'm excited for the experience. That's all part of it, I guess. Just going over there, not knowing what I'm getting myself into. Just moving to an apartment and who knows where, and just figuring it out, the language barrier. I hope I can find some English speakers over there. I hope, but I'm going to try to learn as much Japanese as I can. I know going to be, I know that's going to be difficult, but
it's going to be a hell of a skill to add on your resume once you do.
Yeah, but I'm going to try. And just as far as just like reading it, I was looking at this article that was published about me the other day, and supposedly it said, Kyle Keller signs with the Hanshin Tigers, but I was just like, my mind was spinning trying to even look at this.
Right.
I'm like, well, that's what I'm going to be dealing with here for the next year. So I better start figuring it out.
Yeah, bro. I saw that newspaper cover that Brandon Shearman sent me, and I was like, holy shit, he's going to Japan. There's
a lot of stuff going on in that
cover. There was a lot of activity on that newspaper cover, but as long as I saw my guy here.
I wonder what it said. That's what I was curious. I wonder what they're saying about me. I got no clue.
Exactly. We were joking before the show that the guys on Pardon My Take, whenever a celebrity guest walks into their studio, that Big Cat and PFT just kind of sit there and keep doing their research and don't even show the guy any attention. Do you think that's how it's going to be when you go to Japan, or do you think this team and these guys are going to be going to be excited to, to welcome you to the squad?
I'm not sure. I think, there's only so many foreigners on every team. So definitely be in the minority, whether it be Latin Americans or, Americans. There's only, I think, 4 or 5 that can be on every team. So I'm hoping they welcome me with open arms, and everything. And I'm excited to, learn a little bit about their culture. And I'm sure they do things a lot differently than we do things over here. So not that I'm going to feel pressured to, fall into those things or whatever, but I'm excited to, just go at it with an open approach and be willing to really just learn from them, really.
And so when you agree on the contract and numbers and things like that, obviously you have a translator there to make sure you know exactly what you're signing into, right?
Yeah, when I signed the contract the other day, they had a Japanese contract and an English contract.
That's awesome.
I was thankful for that.
That's sick. Yeah, I think I saw that picture on there. Yeah, because you want to know what you're agreeing to, obviously, in English language, in your main language. Cool, man. So and then I guess just the last question before we get into some rapid fire and some football talk is what is your timeline as far as when you're going to be traveling there in 2022?
Well, their spring training, which is in Okinawa, actually, which is kind of like an island way down south in Japan, starts on February 1st. So they are going to want me over there a couple weeks prior because I have to, quarantine and everything. But currently there's a bunch of immigration restrictions and stuff going on. So they're kind of just keeping me posted on what I can and can't do. And I still got to get a work visa and all this stuff. So there's still some things that need to be done between now and me getting there. But hopefully, if all goes well, I'll be leaving in about a month, around the middle of January. And I'm trying to get over there as soon as possible, get my feet under me. Last thing I want to do is be flying over there and, no time between that and the season. And then all of a sudden I'm pitching, so I just like to get over there, get settled, kind of go through that learning process I was referring to, kind of figure out what's going on over there.
Right.
And have some time before I get the season started.
That's awesome, man. Well, best of luck and thanks for joining the show. Before we kind of transition over with Kyle to some more sports talk, just fantastic hearing about your baseball journey and taking this risk. And, I just posted something on Facebook earlier today just about kind of my, joining this network. And that was a quote that my dad always used to say from Bear Bryant, which is, if you believe in yourself, have dedication and pride, and never quit, you're a winner. And the price of victory is great, but so are the rewards. So I just admire the chance to talk to, I appreciate the chance to talk to you, but I also admire your decision to make this, this new chapter happen in your baseball journey. And I want to close with a quote, or a message rather, from your boy Josh Fassian, who messaged me on Instagram yesterday. So we heard earlier from Kyle's high school baseball coach, Joey Latino, who just had some great things to say about him, but also about their relationship and the guys that Kyle has played with, Bubby Riley, Luke Voiron, Brady Williamson, all these guys that we know from Metairie Playground days and Pontiff and JPRD and Jesuit, and a lot of the guys who went and played in college. Bubby Riley, right? Josh went to ULM, right? As Dave Morrow likes to say, the University of Louisiana Monroe. And Luke and Bubby both played at NC State, and Emerson played at Tulane.
Brady played at High Point.
Keep going.
Yeah, we had Tony Fortune Benson also played at High Point.
Okay.
We had, I think I was talking to somebody about this the other day. We had like 12 to 14 guys on our state championship.
Yeah, y'all were freaking stacked. That's a fact.
D1 baseball. Yeah, we were pretty good.
So, but Josh said this. What a teammate. No better guy to play behind. Played with him when we were 8 at Lakeview. Bitter rivals on the travel ball circuit against each other. Ask him about the Spice versus Jefferson Jays rivalry. He'll get a kick out of that. And then y'all played together at Jesuit. And then Josh said, we squared off against each other in college. I wouldn't have a state championship ring if it wasn't for this guy. outdueling Aaron Nola in the semis. I'll be listening for sure. Keep up the good work.
Yeah, man. Josh is the man. And like you said, lucky enough to play against him.
I got to know about this rivalry.
We were bitter rivals, man. It seems like we were always running to the New Orleans Spice. So, I mean, it was just the New Orleans Spice and Jefferson Jays, kind of like the two travel teams from the area. And it seemed like we were always – at some point we were going to square off against them in every tournament, man. And they got the best of us sometimes. We got the best of them. But I don't know. Josh is a great teammate, man, like you said. And
so who won the rivalry? Who's the declared winner?
He might tell you different, but I think the Jays got the best of them. That's for sure.
All right, Josh, you heard it here first on Talk Culotta. The Jefferson
doesn't matter if it's Saturday or Sunday. The Jays was going to win.
I love it. All right, so let's do a little rapid fire here. NFL Week 14 closes out tonight. Colts versus Patriots, I believe. Is that correct?
No, tonight is
No. I'm sorry.
That's next week.
What is Monday Night Football tonight?
Tonight is Cardinals Rams.
Look, this guy. I'm the one who has the podcast, and you're giving me info. That's right. Okay.
The only reason I know that I got big fantasy implications on that one tonight.
All right. How's the fantasy team looking?
It's looking all right. Not a good outlook for tonight, though.
Okay. So Cardinals Rams tonight. I was getting my NFL Week 15 schedule ready because that starts as early as this Thursday, but just give me picks. I already made my picks for all these games, so I want to know what you think, and then we'll kind of compare them, and I'll send you the results after Week 15. But Cardinals Rams first off tonight, and then we'll go through Week 15.
Cardinals Rams tonight. I'll go with the Rams.
You're picking winners, and he's picking the LA Rams over the Arizona Cardinals. All right, Week 15 starts Thursday night with Patty Mahomes' Chiefs and Justin Herbert's Chargers.
Oh, that's good.
A divisional game, Thursday Night Football. Give me some winners.
I'm going to roll with Justin Herbert's Chargers, man. I think I'm ready to see a little change into the guard in that division as far as the quarterback. I mean, Herbert's been really impressed me lately.
Okay. I got the Chiefs. Raiders Browns on Saturday day.
Oh, we're starting Saturday games now.
Yeah.
That's beautiful.
Raiders Browns.
I'll take the Browns. They looked good last week.
Okay.
Or yesterday.
Patriots Colts is Saturday.
Got to roll with the Pats. They're hot.
Okay. Titans Steelers on Sunday.
My Pittsburgh people are going to be mad about this one, but I'm going to roll with the Titans.
No, bro. Steelers are definitely winning that game. Come on.
I don't know. Well, they
don't have Derrick Henry.
You're not going to talk me out of that one. I'm rolling with the Titans.
All right.
Where is that game?
It's in Pittsburgh.
Yeah, I'm gonna roll with the Titans.
I'm sending a video of you saying that to @Pittsburgh Pirates on Instagram. Not that they're gonna share it or anything, but hey, maybe somebody will see it. Panthers Bills.
Bills.
Okay, good
Need
pick.
a divisional loss.
I agree with that one.
At all times.
The Washington football team travels to Philly to play the Eagles.
Redskins have been hot. They didn't look too good last week. That's a tough one. I'll just take Philly because they're at home.
Okay. Quick question from the viewers here. What's the fastest ball you've ever thrown?
I hit 99 one time. That was it. Never got to the big time triple digits, but
okay,
maybe I can still get there.
That's Lala. She also said Titans for you, for her too.
There you
You
go.
can see the comment on the screen. All right. Where were we? So you said Eagles or
I'm gonna roll with the Eagles.
Eagles?
But I don't feel great about it, but I'm rolling.
No, yeah, that's a tough game. Texans, Jags, two worst teams in the NFL, probably.
That's a tough
besides
one.
the Lions.
I kind of want to see Trevor Lawrence win a game, so I'm gonna roll with Trevor.
Okay.
Jags.
Yeah, Urban Meyer looks just so upset about life.
I know, man.
Did you see that video of him
struggling.
shaking
the handshakes? I did see that. Yeah.
Rabel's hand? Yeah. He's just like, fuck off, dude. Cowboys, Giants.
Cowboys.
All right. Cardinals, Lions.
Got to roll with the Cardinals.
So this man takes the Rams on Monday. Oh, yeah. Well, they're playing the Lions. He's taking the Rams over the Cardinals.
Well,
but
tonight's a huge game. I mean,
where's that game? Is it in LA?
I think it's in Arizona.
I forgot who I picked in last week.
I don't know.
I made picks. Yeah, it's in Arizona.
I think we're going to find out a lot about both those teams.
I think I picked the Rams too. Okay. Cardinals, Lions. We both have the Cardinals. Jets, Dolphins.
Man, the Jets look. I went to the Saints-Jets game yesterday. The Jets just look pretty bad, man. We got to roll with the Dolphins there.
Agreed. Bengals, Broncos. That's going to be a big one.
Bengals, Broncos. I got to roll with the Bengals.
Joey B.
That's automatic.
Yeah.
Even though it's
Joey B v Teddy B.
Teddy Bicycle.
Yeah.
Yeah, I am a big Teddy B fan, but I'm rolling with Joey B.
Okay. Falcons, 49ers.
Niners
at home for sure.
No hesitation.
Seahawks, Rams in LA.
Rams. Seahawks been playing better as of late, but I got to roll with the Rams.
Yeah, I mean, I think I took the Rams in this game, but I also see the Seahawks, since they're like mathematically out. I can see them just like ruining teams' chances.
I would love for us to get hot and beat the Rams.
Just like win like the last 5, you know?
Yeah. Exactly. It seems like now they're out of it. They're playing great.
Right, exactly. Packers, Ravens. It's going to be a good one.
I didn't hear anything about Lamar yesterday, but if Lamar's hurt, they're in trouble.
Yeah.
So I'll roll with the Packers.
I think I'd probably pick the Packers either way.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's true.
Here's the big one, Kyle. You're going to have a lot of people listening to this answer. Saints, Bucks, Sunday night football.
Bucks, that's an easy one. We're rolling with the Hoodats.
Oh, yeah.
Sunday night football, we need the must win. You got to go into Tampa, beat Tom Brady. There's nothing better than beating Tom Brady. So let's see if we can make that one happen.
Love that. All right. Vikings, Bears on Monday night to close out week 15.
Vikings, Bears.
In Chicago. Bears looked pretty good last night.
They looked all right, man. And I just feel like I don't like Kirk Cousins, so I'm rolling with the Bears.
All right. Love it. But you love Justin Jefferson, right?
I do love Justin Jefferson.
Yeah.
And Kirk Cousins actually having a good year, but I feel like I've been going a lot of favorites, so I'm going to roll an upset, primetime upset, go with the Bears.
Okay, love it. All right, folks. This is Kyle Keller. This is Talk Culotta. I'm going to close with 2 final questions for you, my friend. Favorite place to eat in New Orleans?
Favorite place to eat in New Orleans? Man, that's a tough question.
You can give me your top 3 if you want. Like lunch, dinner.
So I had to meet one of the scouts from the Tigers the other day to sign that contract, and
that was here in New Orleans.
Yeah,
he came in.
Well, no, he's an American scout. So
gotcha. Okay.
He's actually from Lafayette. His name's Andy Sheets, and cousin of Ben Sheets, a Monroe legend.
Nice.
But he wanted to go to Drago's, so we went to Drago's, and it was real good. I enjoyed it. I don't know if I'd put that in my favorites. Some of my favorites. I mean, me and my dad grew up going to Mandina's. I got a soft spot for Mandina's.
Love Mandina's.
That's just
yes,
a New Orleans staple. Another place right in that area, Katie's, is great.
Okay.
I don't know. I'm going to have to go with Mandina's because my dad and I grew up going there. And I just feel like whenever he would ask me, where you want to go eat, we would end up at Mandina's. So, I mean, I guess that is my favorite place.
Gotcha. And coolest person or favorite teammate that you've had thus far in your baseball career? We'll finish with that one.
One of the best teammates I ever had or I enjoyed playing with, I got the chance to play with Curtis Grandison for the Marlins, and that guy's just incredible, man. I think you ask a lot of players about Curtis Grandison, you hear the same thing. I mean, just a world-class guy, just one of the best teammates I've ever played with. Another guy I played with this year, this might be a little bit more of a surprise, but his name was Wilmer Defoe. He just a little tiny infielder, and he kind of was just like our pinch hitter, kind of like a more of a role player, and he was just an incredible teammate, brought the most energy I have ever seen somebody bring. He came down to AAA with us for a little bit, brought the same energy, and I just, respected the hell out of that. I mean, just for a guy to be the same guy every day, regardless if he was playing bad, great, not playing.
Wilmer Defoe.
Wilmer Defoe.
Gotta look this guy up.
He played. He was with the Nationals for like a few years when they won the World Series, and he's just an incredible guy, man. I can't wait to see Wilmer Defoe again in my career down the road. Great teammate.
Have you met any like famous past baseball players that kind of just stood out as like a cool memory?
Well, Derek Jeter, but he ended up coming to work for the Marlins in my last year, and I got the chance to meet him a few times, and that was pretty special. I grew up watching Derek Jeter, and another one, I got to play with Albert Pujols, and I was a big Cardinals fan growing up. I was a big Cardinals and Red Sox fan, so I kind of disliked Derek Jeter growing up, but it was still cool.
Yeah.
But, just getting to meet Albert Pujols and the fact that I was 10 years old watching this guy, and then he's hitting bombs, and then 18 years later, I'm in the locker room with him. He's still hitting bombs. It's just like, man, this guy's just like everlasting, just unbelievable legend, man.
Yeah.
Great.
Yeah. Derek Jeter's a New York Angel. What's that line in Step Brothers? He's a bilingual icon or a biracial icon or something.
Icon.
Yeah. You should have shot A-Rod. I love it. Well, that's awesome, man. Kyle Keller, thank you so much for joining the show, and all the best of luck in your move to Japan.
Excited.
Yeah. I did have one more question. Who has the coolest hair in the MLB of guys you played with?
Coolest hair. Depends on your definition of cool. I guess that's a relative term.
Like wildest hair, coolest hairstyle. Give me something.
Coolest hairstyle. I saw some pretty ridiculous things this year. Like, I don't know if you heard of this guy, Jazz Chisholm from the Marlins. Felt like every time I saw him, he had different color hair, different style hair. There's some good flow in the big leagues too.
No doubt.
Good flow.
That was my segue into our sponsor here at H2O Salon and Spa. So they wanted me to ask you that, but
I'm trying to grow out the flow.
Yeah, you got to, dude. You're a baseball player. Who gives a shit?
Thing, I guess.
Yeah.
It's a pitcher thing.
Yeah. So thanks to our sponsors, H2O Salon and Spa, the Bear Law Firm, Coated Collection, and Helm Paint. And thanks to Kyle for joining the show. Any last words, my friend?
Oh, man, thank you. I appreciate you inviting me on here. I'm glad I got to come down to the studio, and glad we got to do this, man. It was a pleasure.
Hell yeah, brother. This is Talk Culotta, where we talk a lot of sports. I'm Jack. He's Kyle, and we are signing out.